So we have already seen the authorization code flow and how it works. In this lecture, we will see one of the extension for the authorization code flow, which is called as authorization code flow with the PKCE. So why we need this? So when we saw the authorization code flow, there were some characteristics associated with it. And one of the characteristic was it used for the confidential clients. Means the client who can store credentials securely. But what if the client is not able to store credentials securely? So what are those clients? So when we use web, native or mobile applications, the client secret can't be stored in the application because it could easily be exposed. So if you are using a single page application which is JavaScript based and totally runs on the browser, you cannot store your credentials over there. If you are using the native mobile application, you cannot store your credentials over there. It can be easily exposed. Therefore, native apps should make use of proof key for code exchange called as PKCE, which acts like a secret but isn't hard-coded to keep the authorization code flow secure. PKCE is an extension to the regular authorization code flow. So the flow is very similar to the authorization code flow, except PKCE elements are included at various steps in the flow. The PKCE enhanced authorization code flow requires your application to generate a cryptographically random key called a code verifier. Once the code verifier is generated, a code challenge will be generated from the code verifier. When the authorization code is sent in the access token request, the code verifier is sent as a part of the request. The authorization server recomputes the challenge from the verifier using the agreed upon hash algorithm and then compares that. If two code challenges and verifier matches, then it knows that both requests were sent by the same client. So let's see how it works. So it starts with the user clicking the login link on client application. Then the client application generates a code verifier, which is the cryptographically generated random string of characters. And from the code verifier, it generates the code challenge. Code challenge is basically a base 64 encoded string of the SHA-256 hash of code verifier. Once the code verifier and code challenge is generated, client application redirects to the authorization server's authorize endpoint and it sends the various parameters in the request. So you can see it is sending client ID, response type, redirect URI and scope. These parameters are same as authorization code flow. But in addition, it sends two parameters, that is code challenge and code challenge method. So code challenge we have generated over here and we send the code challenge method as SHA-256. Authorization server validates the client ID. On successful validation, authorization server redirects user to the login page. User enters his credential and submit the login page. Authorization server verifies the user credentials are correct. On successful verification, authorization server redirects user to the consent page. User provides his permission on the consent page. After successful authentication and the consent, authorization server stores code challenge and code challenge method into the authorization server and generates a authorization code and send it back to the client application. As the client application is having the authorization code at this step, it can exchange it with the access token. So the client application sends a request for the access token to the token endpoint and it sends the various parameters in the request. So all the parameters are same as authorization code flow except verification code. This is the additional parameter which client sends for the authorization code flow with PKCE. So you can see the code verifier is the one which we have generated over here. So in this step, we generated code verifier and code challenge. Code challenge we sent in the authorization code request along with the code challenge method. And once we receive the code challenge, client application sends the code verifier again in the access code request with the authorization code as well. Authorization server verifies the authorization code, client ID and client secret, and the code challenge it has saved earlier over here, and the code verifier which it received in this request. So what it does, it recomputes the code challenge from the code verifier and the code challenge method saved earlier, and compares the recomputed code challenge and the stored code challenge. If both are matches, it generates access token and send it back to the client. As the client application is having the access token, it can make the protected API call. So the client application makes call to the protected API with the access token as authorization header in the request. Resource server verifies the access token. On successful verification, resource server sends response back to the client application. So this is how the authorization code flow with PKCE works. Keep in mind that this particular flow is used for the clients who cannot store credentials securely. So we use code challenge instead of credentials. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.